Hello everybody, it's Quan again and I'm back with another video, and I'm going to be discussing today what I would like to call the Indie Roundup. In the Indie Roundup, I'm going to bring up several indie titles that I think are worth of note, something for people to keep an eye on, as far as the industry is concerned. And it's on you whether or not you want to bother with them or not, but at the end of the day, I would sincerely recommend that you try to check out these titles, because there's no telling, they might become, these individual developers, the next big thing. Okay? Remember, for those of us who grew up in video gaming, pretty much all the developers started slow. All of them started with small teams. So for everybody that likes to knock indies, obviously either you have a new gamer mentality or you're just plain old a new gamer. Just saying. Alright, first on the indie front, you got Mr. Inafune. For those of you who don't know and aren't familiar with the old days of Capcom, there's this little well-known title by the name of Mega Man. Mr. Inafune is making a spiritual nod to Mega Man. Looks like basically a combination between Treasure's Mischief Maker's Marina, as far as, how she is, as far as the fluid movement, mixed with Mega Man. Looks like an awesome title, and it's on Kickstarter. Looks like it's doing well. Has 30 days left. I would recommend you guys take a good look and see what you think, because there's no telling, where this title will go. Who knows? It could be the next franchise. After all, Capcom's not doing nothing with Mega Man besides renting them out to Nintendo to be used in Smash Brothers, and that's a good thing, yes, for Smash Brothers. But what is it doing for Mega Man? Okay? There is an interest in Mega Man. Bring him back already. Alright, further on the indie front, WayForward's got a Kickstarter starting on September 4th. But what is it for? I guess we're going to have to find out on the 4th. But knowing WayForward, you have titles like Shantae, you have titles like Mighty Switch Force, and so on. I mean, I expect great things from these guys, Goes without saying, they are outstanding when it comes to making titles, especially the hand-drawn ones with fluid animation. So I really do recommend you guys, keep an eye out just in case. And you know them, odds are it's going to be on a Nintendo system as well as others. So here's hoping. All right. On another note, for those of you who are of my generation and maybe a little bit prior, you remember there was a classic anime that was made by a Japanese studio that, collaborated with a French animation studio. And the name of this particular one on Nickelodeon Network that came out back in the 80s was The Mysterious Cities of Gold, which basically had a nod to it, and an actual continuation brought out in 2012 over in France. Of note is the fact that they have already completed the game in France and have it getting ready to go, but because of the massive fan response, they've decided to make a Kickstarter to bring it in English, to fully localize it and to refine it, and they're bringing it to different, like they're taking it to the Wii U. So for those of you who are interested in an action-adventure game that's also a nod to a classic anime, I would really recommend you keep an eye on this title. And I'm going to put all the links in the description for these various titles I'm naming, just in case you're interested. Now, there's another indie title by the name of Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid is an isometric game. It's already out on Desura for those of you who are interested in the beta, and I have a copy myself. They are working on a fully isometric adventure zombie apocalypse game, kind of like a simulator. You have to scavenge materials, scavenge for food, medicines, etc., even books to keep from being bored, as well as human contact, to keep from going stir crazy, as it were. They've got things inside the game implemented, such as, if while the electricity is still running, covering the windows with sheets so that the zombies don't see the light and get attracted to it, as well as reinforcing your windows with boards, etc. It maybe sounds simple, but a lot of games don't implement this, which is what I find interesting. And the fact that it's isometrics is similar to the old classic Fallout 1 and 2. The only difference is it's all in real time. They also have a metagame that's going to be playing out that will have different types of things going on all across the game world when they're not within your vicinity. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And they're thinking about fully implementing multiplayer. So keep an eye out, and it's on PC. Now, finally, there is one particular one that I've been interested in for the longest, and that would be Crime War. Crime War is a nod to all the classic adventure games that you've seen that were RPG-ish. Your Seiken Densetsus, which are Secret of Manas, or I prefer Legend of the Holy Sword, but yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Also, classics like Chrono Trigger with their techniques, the combine techniques. Even the classic games like Crystalis, I don't know if you remember that one. That's an NES game from back in the day that was similar to Zelda. This like I said, this Kickstarter was completely funded, and they're going to be bringing their game out. They're developing it soon. Waltzes for Luma, she's the one who does the soundtrack, and you're gonna see, her channel referenced over here in mine. If you take a good look at suggested channels and skim on through, you'll find hers, as well as Crime War. Give it a look, check it out, see what you think. Might be worth your time. I was gonna end it on this, but I have to name one more indie title. And this one is for the fans of Terraria and the fans of Spore the way it should have been. It is called Starbound. The website I'm going to put in the description, but I'm going to also say it here. It's playstarbound.com. I really recommend that you check this title out, because this title right here is going to be the hot sauce for all your PC guys. Okay? Basically, you build up a shelter, you fly a ship, you go around planet to planet. It's multiplayer. You can visit other people's planets, see what they've done. There are many different species. There are animals to get in contact with. There's crafting in the full nine, and it's brought by the guys who basically was one of the main driving forces behind Terraria. And Terraria has already been, skimmed through and looked over by my boy Seagull Tips. Yeah, that's right. He gave me a shout out before. I'm giving him a shout out now. Cool guy. You need to check him out. I like his his accent, man. It's awesome. I'm telling you. He's gonna be like the next young Sean Connery, man. I'm telling you, awesome dude. Anywho, I want you to check his channel out. I'm gonna also put a link to that. So now I'm gonna wrap this up. Guys, I'm just telling you, indies are the future. Indies are the future because they bring different ideas, different takes of older ideas. We've dealt with developers that tend to rehash or rest on their laurels. Nintendo, you're guilty of this. Come on now. Okay, you have a back catalog that's ridiculous. Okay, we've seen Zelda and we love it. Make no mistake. But after you do the new Zelda and after you take care of Wind Waker, do us a favor. Bring us a Star Tropics already. Okay? Seriously. Chop chop. Get on that. Alright? There's a lot of classics that you got to bring back, and Star Tropics is one of them. Just give it a shot, man. You never know. And Microsoft, you already know where I stand with you. And it's all about Rare. And as far as Sony, Insomniac and all those guys, you need to let them try their little e-games again and push them up, because it's nice to see the cinematic feel of the Uncharted and the Last of Us, but sometimes people want to unwind with something a little unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? All this shooting is cool, but you get tired of it after a while. It gets boring. It gets plain. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I recommended these indie titles. Now, it is what it is. A lot of people don't like this stuff and think that, their manhood hinges on blood and guts. Alright? When I was in the military, we had guys that collect Legos. We had guys that had Game Boys. We had guys that had Super Nintendos. We had guys that, collected action figures like G.I. Joes. I would love to see you go to their face and question their manhood at the nearest American Legion. I would like to see you do that over there at the nearest post for the disabled American veterans. Let me see, the Order of the Purple Heart. If not the Order of the Purple Heart, I would like you to go over there to AMVETS or wherever else, what have you. You want to question manhood? Go up to their faces when they're playing Wii Bowling and have Wii Bowling leagues, and go ahead and question their manhood to their face. Until you can do that, don't talk shit. Seriously, grow the hell up. That's the most I'm going to say about this. This whole E thing, and everybody talking about Kitty, and people trying to insinuate stupid things. I mean, not for nothing, but you're still stuck on the playground where people argue over sneakers and whose dad can beat whose dad. And this is the last I'm going to talk about this. Okay? Anywho, check out those titles that I recommended. Links will be in the description. And I really hope you enjoy your time perusing them, because I think that these developers really deserve our support. Okay? And until next time, everybody, you know, whatever's clever, and feel free to do like, dislike, whatever in the description, especially my 4 dislikes. I like you guys, because you guys are in every one of my videos. Sometimes one of y'all missing, and I think one of y'all has a sock account, but that's okay though. I always appreciate the support. Okay? And there you go. Like, dislike, comment if you want, subscribe if you will or don't. As usual, just keep the drama out of my channel, and don't bother touching my things. Okay? Because what's mine is mine. Okay? Anywho, Quan out. Have a nice one.